any kind of blockage, stoppage is a barrier. It may be a mind barrier, it can be anything. All right, so let's look at some barriers to communication. Now, my dear friends, we all know that everything has a context. What is a context? Who will tell me? A context is something where you compete, you are having so many tournaments. Is that the context?
I think there is information about the scenario which happen or taken in place.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Uh, what are you having? You're having these a lot of contexts you are having in your tournaments. What are you having? What are those called?
So these are competitions. I think means
What
they
do you
are
call them?
events.
It's a rhyming
Events.
word with
Events.
context.
So I don't know about it.
Contest, have you heard?
Yes. So contest
Events.
is like just competition.
That's right. So, contest and context, they are two different words. All right. And what is the context? In Hindi, what do you call it?
Sir, prasang.
Prasang. Okay. Very good. And there is another word called
Sun,
Sandarbh.
sun,
Sandarbh.
yes,
Have you heard of
So
Sandarbh?
it's a topic. It's a topic to discuss, sir.
Absolutely.
meaning of this,
Absolutely.
I
Absolutely.
think.
Sandarbh is context. Sandarbh is what is being talked about and in what way. That is the context. So the context defines the topic and tells us what is being talked about. All right. And context has a lot to do with everything: country, culture, organization, internal stimuli, our internal stimuli. So, everywhere for processing and conveying information, there are ways and means, there are conventions, and they define the context as well. They are the larger frames that define context, and then context is defined by our own frames where our attitudes, opinions, emotions, past experiences, likes, dislikes, education, everything influences how we communicate. So the context is then defined by a larger frame and a smaller frame that fits in within the context. So there is a larger community, society, or country decided context, and within that context, everything fits in, which is our own and our immediate environment. So that is how we have to understand the context. See, you're talking about the same thing, but the context, if you look at it from the seller's point of view, will be different, and if you look at it from the buyer's point of view, it will be different. Their purposes will also be different, so they'll define things in a different way. That is why when we communicate, we are told to look at the you attitude, the you factor, and try to make it a we, where we start sharing the same context, where we are able to come to a place where both of us want to talk about the right thing which we have in mind and go back with a result which makes each one happy. So context is very, very important. All right. Supposing we are talking about, now today Essen said some very good things in the morning, and he said something about time. Now for us, supposing I have 5 minutes of waiting time at a place. I've gone to a doctor to see the doctor, and there are 5 minutes before the doctor will see me. What will I do? I will immediately go to Facebook or WhatsApp or my email or somewhere, and I'm going to spend the next 5 minutes. And if I am hearing some nice music or something, then I'll say, okay, doctor, delay by another 5 minutes. I am okay with this. And what have I done? I've spent 10 minutes or 5 minutes of my time doing this. Now, my friends, the context for me is about 5 minutes of waiting. But just imagine somebody who reached the platform late And just because you left home late, probably got delayed on the way, reached the platform, and you saw the train going in front of you, there now the context of time is different. Ask somebody who lost a race by just 1 microsecond, or ask somebody about time. Your car was going on the highway and it was windy and it was stormy, and a tree fell just after your car passed that spot. So ask that person about time. You understand, the context will be different, the understanding will be different, everything will be different. See, for this crash that happened, where did it happen? Kozhikode. There was a crash recently. There was one lady who was seated on seat number 3 who shifted to the last seat, exchanged it with somebody, and the plane crashed, and that person died who was supposed to sit on this seat. So the context will vary. The air journey context for that lady will never be the same again. Do you now understand what I'm talking about? Context? Yes, no, what?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Everybody's gone off to sleep again. So, your ability to communicate depends on your ability to define, understand, state the context. Supposing I am able to state the context at the beginning of things, then it's going to be easier for me to go through that thing. So, context is everything, my dear friends. If you miss the context, you miss the meaning. If you don't define the concept, then there's going to be a lot of conflict. There are going to be multiple inputs, no outputs. Everybody would be trying their best, but because the context is not defined, things won't move. So we have to understand this. Words alone actually have no meaning. They have a denotative or dictionary meaning. That's it. They don't take on a new meaning. They take on a meaning in a context. You understand? So you have to understand the context. A lot of times people are not going to state the context all the time. That is why in good writing, if you're writing a mail, context, everywhere you have to give the context. That is also the starting. So this will help you. Without context, things will not really fall into place. Now, we have spoken about paradigms earlier. Have we spoken about paradigms?
Yes, sir.
Yes. What are paradigms? Who will tell me?
Sir, me, Pawan. Paradigm is a set of previous thinking what we have perceived in our minds. That's a paradigm. You have given the example like we know that the job means we have to work on 5 to morning 9 to 5. This is old thing, but nowadays the COVID-19 because of COVID-19 that's all things shift in the from work from home. This concept
Beautiful.
new. This
Beautiful.
is this is the paradigm shift we can call this.
Absolutely. Paradigms are mental maps of our own perceived reality.
Yes, sir.
So, paradigms will shift. That is how we also have to understand that in these things, wherever we are talking about a context, that context is formed, as we spoke, it's formed by the country, the culture, the conventions, and all that, but it is also formed by our own mindset, by our own unique filters. We have our own filters. So these filters are going to decide how we are going to respond, react, or look at various things. So we have unique filters here. Now, problems are most of the time happening. This is one of the biggest barriers because The two communicators' filters are sharply different. So probably we come from different backgrounds. We come from varying cultures. We have different ways of looking at things because we've been through different experiences. Nothing wrong in that. Nothing wrong in your filter, nothing wrong in the other person's filter. What we need to understand is that there are different filters and that filters may be unique. That's it. That's what you have to understand. It's not about trying to find people with the same filters. Even a sister and a brother who grow up together may have different filters, may have different worldviews because we are individuals, we are unique. So don't try to look for confirmation everywhere that everything has to conform to my likes, my dislikes, my filters. That's not the point. How can I try to understand the other person's filters? And if I want the other person to do something, how can I get through those filters to that person and get the person to do what I want the person to do? See, communication always has a purpose. The purpose of communication, a lot of times, is to get a desired response from that person. So, to get that response, you have to get through the filter, you have to be able to convey what you have in your mind, and then make that person take that action. So, if you're all netizens, I know. You browse the net a lot. Now, everywhere, Instagram, YouTube, you go to Google, you go to Facebook, everywhere you go, there are so many ads these days, and each ad is trying to get us to take an action. That action may just be pressing that button, giving your email ID for something free, all that, but they want us to take an action, and we don't take action on each one of them. If there is something that interests us, if we are getting something that we want, then we may press the buttons or take that action. Otherwise, we are inert. We will just pass it. We will just continue to scroll. So, in life, also, this is going to happen. And your skill lies in understanding different people with their filters and finding ways and means to get through to them. That is what communication skills are. So, only when the intended meaning is conveyed to the recipient. Now, let's look at the next part. So, what are the factors that affect meaning? So far, I hope it is not too difficult to understand. Boys and girls,
Yes, sir.
you are
Yes,
with
sir.
me?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
If anybody has
Yes,
a
sir.
question in between, please feel free to ask. I don't mind that. All right? I welcome your questions throughout. So now let's look at this. The meaning that you want to convey and the meaning that actually gets conveyed. It depends on some factors. What are these factors? So, how I perceive something, how you perceive something. So, our individual conventions of meaning, our perceptions of reality, or our paradigms, individual values, value system, whatever you have, your attitudes, and your opinions. That's it. That's how meaning is perceived or created. Any questions on this? Anything you want to say? Any word you don't understand?
Sir, can you
Sir,
explain
Sir,
on
I
individual
have a
conversation
question.
of meaning?
Beta,
The
that will be
second one,
coming
sir.
in the next few.
Sir, can you explain the second one?
Yeah. I'll be explaining all of them. I'll be explaining all of them. Okay. Conventions
Yes, sir.
are basically set ways of doing things. Ritiyan, they become conventions. Okay, perceptions is what we perceive. हम जो समझते सोचते हैं. Now we'll go to each one of them. So, individual conventions of meaning. Now, the words that I use, the symbols that I use, the body language that I use, if in my culture it means something, in your culture it means something else, then there's going to be a problem. So the same meaning will not get conveyed. You understand? So our meanings of whatever we use for conversing, writing, speaking, unless there is much similarity between the two, intended and conveyed meanings will be a little different. I cannot really, as a communicator, I can never ever imagine that whatever I have in mind, you'll be able to understand exactly. Now, that is something, that kind of mind mapping may happen in the science fiction movies. It may happen sometime in the future when Google would be able to read our minds, convey to you, just like cloud transfer of thoughts. It may happen sometime in the future, but right now we are struggling to make each other understand what we want to convey. So we are fighting to convey. That is why, see, in a class, I like to repeat from various angles so that people having different understandings may try to understand. That is why I ask you to ask me questions so that I can explain. And every question that is asked may be a question in the minds of more people, not just the person asking questions. It will answer more people. All right. So, semantic understanding is something which is connected to meanings of words. All right. So, semantics, the study of words and their meanings, that will decide how I perceive something and how you perceive something. So, your familiarity with the language, your command over the language, how well you have understood that word in its denotative and connotative meaning. We'll understand that also. So, that will decide how well you are able to understand something. All right, so our individual ways in which we make meaning. This difference can be reduced by common experience. Common experience. Can we talk about something that we have both experienced? That is why when we are giving examples, if the examples are in the public domain, then it's easier for all of us to understand. Supposing I say the cyclone that happened in Orissa, which was called this, or the Andhra Pradesh, that is in the public domain. So if I talk about things in the public domain, it would be easier for all of us to connect. That's how you create the connect. Instead of talking about something that only you experience, what I experienced, I'll have to explain to you, then maybe you'll also be able to connect to a similar thing. Why we connect with some movie stories or some stories more? Why? Because it connects with something that we have been through, it connects with something that we have gone through. So that commonality, that similarity, that brings us closer. That is why a lot of times we say, okay, this guy is also from my village, he's from my city, and you want to become friends. Then you find that the person may be from your village or your city, but the person is very dissimilar in taste and everything, and it's conflicting to be with him. And you may find somebody coming from a completely different city with a different culture, but your ideas and your minds, they match so much that you become very good friends. So these are all workings of individual conventions of meaning as well. How you are able to gel. All right. So the closer the experience, the better the understanding. See, if you go to accounts, you'll have LIFO, FIFO, and all this. Now, all this is also part of logistics. So, if you're working in that domain, you'll be very, very familiar. If you're working in shipping, you'll be familiar with shipping terms. If you're working in the software industry, you'll be familiar with software terms. So, that jargon which is there, that binds together people within that community or work area. Now, if your individual conventions of meaning are different, a lot of times you're going to say, sir, but I understood it this way. I thought. That's what we say. I thought. Are bhai, you don't thought. From today, you stop thoughting. Don't thought. Understand. That is why a lot of times bosses would try to explain in different ways, reconfirm. Have you understood? This is to be done. Have you not understood? You don't thought there that I thought I should do this. I thought I should do that. Don't do that. So that kind of a thing. So if this happens, then communications are miscommunicated. So you have to come to a common ground. Reactions to denotations, connotations, and euphemisms. So what these are, we'll see in the next few slides. So far, any questions about individual conventions of meaning? Anyone? Yes?
Meaning of denotation.
No questions?
What is
We are not able to hear you clearly.
hello?
Yes, please go on. Who is this? Is it Sweetie?
What is the meaning of yes?
Euphemism? We'll tell you. We'll tell you. Meaning
No,
of
no, sir.
then why don't you put it in the chat box? Put it in the chat box. You're having difficulty. Can you put it in the chat box? Then we'll answer it. Okay, let's go ahead. So, miscommunication, we have already seen if the symbols are different or the word meanings as they are perceived are different. So, it may happen with professionals, it may happen in government departments, it may happen in businesses, it may happen in families, it may happen in our life also. So, this is something that goes on and on all the time. Now, so denotative meanings of words are the dictionary meanings. So, supposing you have asked me something and I say that you are a donkey, tum gadhe ho. Now, gadha, the denotative meaning is what? Denotative meaning is a beast of burden. Somebody who's burdened and who goes on working throughout the day. That's the denotative meaning. It doesn't mean that in this case. What does it mean? It means that tum मूर्ख हो या तुम बुद्धू हो. You are stupid, gadhe. So now this is the connotative meaning. But believe me, I don't agree with the meaning. I believe that the gadha or donkey is one of the best animals ever. That one animal does everything throughout the day and does not protest at all. And we call it an idiot. मूर्ख. उससे अच्छा कोई नहीं है. उसको हम बेवकूफ और मूर्ख कह रहे हैं. हम कितने गंदे लोग. You understand? So for me the meaning of donkey is very good, but I can't change the world. You get the point? I question
Yes,
that meaning. I question that meaning. गधा मेरे लिए एक बहुत ही बहुत अच्छा, बहुत लाइक्ड एनिमल है और जो बहुत समझदार, बहुत अच्छा है, सबसे अच्छा गिवर है, गिवर, देने वाला, प्रोटेस्ट नहीं करता, लीस्ट प्रोटेस्ट, continues to work. You understand? Beast of burden, untiring, the great thing. So I don't go by all the conventions of meaning that society tries to give me. I also try to create my own conventions of meaning. Now that does not mean you guys will start calling me a gadha. Will you do that?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
You'll all say that, sir, you only said you love the gadha.
Never, sir.
All right. Same way, what do you call बंदर को क्या बोलते हैं? बंदर को क्या बोलते हैं
Monkey.
इंग्लिश में?
Monkey.
Monkey.
क्यों बोलते हैं मंकी, बताओ?
He copies.
Copies, okay. So monkey, what's the meaning? Copies. So copier बोल दो उसको. Copier. So from now on, monkey is copier. We'll call it a copier. So why do we call it monkey? Do you know why? How it got the name monkey?
No, sir.
behavior.
Behavior, absolutely
No, sir,
right.
no.
Yes, absolutely right. Behavior. So I'll tell you the story. See, all these Britishers had come to India and they were moving around the whole country. Some of them had come to Meerut also. Meerut, there was a big British chowni. You know that?
Yes, sir.
Meerut, UP, there was a big British chowni. So they had this chowni and they had all come there. So there were lots of monkeys in Meerut. अभी भी हैं और भी बहुत जगह हैं तो वहां भी थे.
Yes, sir.
Who's from Meerut? Anybody in the class?
I've done my for Meerut.
All right, good. Lots of monkeys there. So these, British soldiers and officers, they were moving around the fields and there were some farmers and they were talking to them. Then the monkeys were there and suddenly a monkey came and took away something from the British officer's hand. Monkeys do that when you go to the temples, they do that.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Ah. So the British officer said, what is he doing? What is he doing? Ask them. So they said, अजी क्या कहो, इसकी क्या कहो, ये तो मन की करे है.
हाँ से ऐसी बोलते हैं ना.
ऐसे कहते हैं ना, अजी क्या कहो, ये तो मन की करे है. So the British officer, okay, monkey, all right, monkey. So monkey का नाम कहाँ से आया? मन की. जो मन की करे वो
Monkey.
monkey. Now, how did the word nari come about? For ladies, nari. कहाँ से आया? बताओ. Before that, tell me, kutta word, kutta. How did that come? You don't know? Do you?
No, sir.
उसी फार्मर का
No, sir.
कुत्ता था, उस फार्मर का डॉग था. ठीक है, वो ऑफिसर उधर कुछ खाने लगा तो वो डॉग आया और जंपिंग करने लगा. तो ऑफिसर आस्क्ड, व्हाट इज दिस? सो ही सेड, अजी इसकी क्या कहो, ये तो कूदता ही रहवे है. कुत्ता. ओह, ओके. कुत्ता, monkey.
Sir, is this legit?
No, this is what I have created. This is not
Sir,
legit.
I thought
You thought it's legit? No, these are my conventions of meaning, how I make meaning. Now about Nari. Tell me about Nari.
sir, I mute.
Nari. How did Nari come about? Nari, we were colonized for a long time and we needed to protect our girls and women. You know that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So every time a girl asked कि माँ मैं खेलने जाऊं, माँ used to say नारी. माँ मैं ये करूं, नारी. नारी. उसका बेचारी का नाम ही हो गया नारी. You understand? That is how the word nari came. Logical or not?
Yes, sir.
It's
Yes,
fully
sir.
logical.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Nari.
sir.
Nari.
Sorry.
Where did the word bacche come from? I'll tell you. Earlier, people used to have lots of kids. You know that? 7
Yes, sir.
kids, 10 kids, 11 kids. People used to have a lot of
Yes,
kids.
sir.
But infant mortality was so high in the country that a lot of kids did not survive. Agreed or not?
Yes, sir.
Agreed, sir.
So, when anybody came to your house to meet you, you always said, "ये मेरे बच्चे हैं, ये बच्चे हैं,
But
To बच्चे,
बच्चे
it means जो
बच्चे
बचे
हैं,
हैं वो
हाँ,
बच्चे.
ये बच्चे हैं."
जो बच्चा
उसी बच्चे को हमने
वही
बाद
बच्चे.
में बच्चे कर दिया कि ये प्लूरल बच्चे हो गया. बच्चे, ये बच्चे हैं. These are the only ones left. You get the point? So this is how I try to work out word meanings. Not that they are the correct ones. It gives me a laugh and I try to think about it. So this is how I feel my mind works. A lot of words also in English and Hindi, I try to marry them and try to get new words. So all that. So it keeps me thinking. You understand? So now let's go to the next part. We still have some time, so that's nice. Yes, now who was asking a question? Somebody was asking something. Chalo, we'll go ahead. So, denotative meaning is just a dictionary meaning. Connotative meanings and the meanings you create in your mind is the ultimate meaning, especially for you. You would make that meaning as you go along. Now, let's see miscommunicated instructions. Yes. So, if we say student, so student, we all know student is someone who is studying in a school, college, wherever. If you say scholar, it may evoke some other meanings. Bookworm, if I say dropout, so these meanings now mean something else. In our college in Bits Pilani, we used to call all those people who were very studious, जो बहुत पढ़ाई करते थे, उनका नाम हमने रखा हुआ था घोटू. घोटू है ये. अरे घोटू, हो गई तैयारी? घोटू मतलब जो घोट के पी रहा है.
घोट के पी जा.
बस घोट के पी रहा है. उनका नाम ही था घोटू है यार. घोटू है. So you will have your own words. Sets of society, sections of society will have their own words. Now you heard of a word called speed? No? Speed is what? Gati. Isn't it?
या गति. Yeah.
So this speed
Yes,
is
sir.
something else in many contexts. Speed is a drug. It's a psychotropic substance. It's a drug. Speed. So if you say he is on speed, so in many cultures where people understand, oh, on speed, हम लोग सोचेंगे स्पीड तेज दौड़ता होगा, कुछ होगा, ज्यादा तेज चलाता होगा, but speed. Now if you say gay, the actual meaning of gay is what? I'm happy and gay. मतलब मैं खुश खुश हूं, but gay का मतलब एक अलग मतलब है.
Yes, sir.
Feminist, chauvinist. So these are all words that have a connotative meaning. You understand? Now, euphemism किसे कहते हैं? Euphemism उसे कहते हैं those words which are used in place of some other words to make them sound less offensive. जैसे टॉयलेट गया है यार, टॉयलेट जा रहा है, टॉयलेट टॉयलेट गया हुआ है, रेस्ट रूम। मुझे तो बड़ा अजीब लगता है ये वर्ड ही, रेस्ट रूम। ऐसा तो है नहीं कि वहां जाके आदमी आराम कुर्सी पे बैठ गया है, रेस्ट रूम। लेकिन वॉशरूम, रेस्ट रूम यूज करते हैं हम लैबोरेटरी के लिए, टॉयलेट के लिए, ठीक है ना। सो इसी तरह से अगर हम किसी को बोलेंगे ये क्रिमिनल है, सस्पेक्टेड क्रिमिनल, जा रहा देखो कोर्ट, इंस्टेड ऑफ दैट इफ वी से अंडर ट्रायल, बड़ा अच्छा लगता है हम अंडर ट्रायल्स हैं, अंडर ट्रायल्स, अंडर ट्रायल्स। अब वो अंडर ट्रायल, मर्डर का भी अंडर ट्रायल हो सकता है, किसी भी चीज का हो सकता है, अंडर ट्रायल है जी। You get the point? So this is a euphemism. If someone is your driver and you have gone somewhere and you want to introduce him, so you are quite close to the person, you don't feel nice calling him a driver. What will you call that person? He's my pilot. That becomes a euphemism. ये हमारे पायलट हैं। पायलट, आप हवाई जहाज से आए भैया, कहाँ हैं? सो पायलट हो गया वो। यू गेट द पॉइंट? मेड सर्वेंट, इसे मेड सर्वेंट, ठीक है, नौकरानी है, दैया है, मेड सर्वेंट है। आई डोंट फील लाइक कॉलिंग देम दैट, आई would always call them by their name and all that. No offense meant to anyone. So we tried to find another word. We said housekeeper. है ना? You found that word? Housekeeper. Even if the job is the same, you would call her a housekeeper. जैसे ladies who stay home, हम उनको पहले बोलते थे हाउसवाइफ है, हाउसवाइफ है, हाउसवाइफ है। फिर बदल गया, फिर क्या बोलने लगे हम?
हाउस मेकर।
नो, होम मेकर। अभी क्या बोलते हैं आजकल? होम मेकर, ठीक है ना। जबकि हमारे उसमें तो हिंदी में तो हम लोग कहते हैं गृह लक्ष्मी। वी गिव देम द स्टेचर ऑफ गॉड्स, गृह लक्ष्मी, बट इंग्लिश में हम उनको होम मेकर बोल देते हैं। सो दिस इज द वे इन विच डिनोटेशंस, कॉनोटेशंस एंड यूफेमिज्म्स वर्क। यू अंडरस्टैंड? उर्दू में वो लोग बोलते हैं ना, ये नवाबजादे हैं हमारे, साहबजादे हैं, है ना, ये हमारे लाल हैं। तो लाल है कि काले हैं ये तो बाद में पता लगेगा, पर ठीक है, कह लीजिए जो कहना है। ठीक है जी। सो एवरी वर्ल्ड is made up of words. Your worlds are made up of words. Words create worlds. So be very careful with words, because that is what creates your world. हमारी दुनिया हमारे शब्दों से बनती है। Human beings will receive stimuli through all these five senses and the sixth sense. We will attach meanings the way we do. So if we keep all this in mind, that people are going to get inputs from various senses and through their own sense, and they are going to make meaning. So understand this, my dear friends. What another person will understand or perceive, or the way the person would react, is not in your hands. You cannot control people's reactions. You cannot even predict people's reactions. What can you do? You can do two things. One, when someone else is communicating with you, try your hardest to understand. And two, when you are communicating with others, try your hardest to get across. That's all. And then you can only pray to any god or Shakti that you believe in, that they don't misunderstand. The biggest problems in life are born out of misunderstanding. All right. The biggest prices that you have to pay for life are due to misunderstandings. You have to pay huge prices. Now, are there any other questions that my friends have? Now, tell me.
Sir, I have a question.
Please ask your question.
Yeah, so how cultural communication affect the communication? Means how do it is a type of barrier, I think so. Cross cultural
Of course,
communication.
yes. Culture can be a barrier. That is why we have training in cross cultural communication. In fact, let me share this with you. I was in Chandigarh to conduct training for around 220 engineers. We did that in batches of 20. So that means there were 11 batches. And these 11 batches, each batch had a 6-day training program, Monday to Saturday. So 6 days each batch. What was the training on? The training was on communication, but there were two very, very important things in this. All these engineers were part of a company which provides services to clients across the world, and they are located in Chandigarh. The company is called Oceaneering International Services Limited. So, Oceaneering is a company that works with companies that have anything to do with the ocean, sea. So, they work for shipping companies, they work for, they have very huge projects, they do a lot of work for anything connected to the ocean. So, these engineers interact with people from all over the world. One of the things that was a barrier to them was language, of course, accent, and these cultural things. So while we were discussing all this, they said, how do we get across to a different culture? So I said, you need to read up about the culture, you need to know their important days and how they go about various things. If there is a festival coming up and you're talking to the person today, tell him that I would like to wish you this. जैसे हम करते हैं दिवाली, ईद, क्रिसमस, उस तरह से you wish the person, you tell the person about what you know about that culture. So this way you get connected to the culture. A lot of times I found foreigners. See, once I was in Australia, I was visiting for some assignment, and we went for lunch to an Australian's house. And you know what that Australian had prepared? What food he was preparing? He and his wife, they were busy. They had a huge cookbook with them. Nowadays, you have YouTube and Google. That time they didn't have that. They had a huge cookbook and they were preparing something. What do you think they were preparing?
Indian food.
Indian food. You're right. So I asked him, what are you preparing? So he said, I'm preparing Rogan Josh. Just imagine, suddenly he found that there was one ingredient that he did not have. He hopped into his car, ran to the market, bought that thing, came here, put it in. So meticulously he was doing work and he prepared lovely Rogan Josh. So intercultural differences can be a big barrier to communication, and with a little care and study and work, and now everything is so easily available to us, you can actually break these barriers and make it, that intercultural or cross cultural thing, instead of it becoming a barrier, it can become a binder. Every disadvantage that you have in life can be turned into an advantage. Yes, next question please.
Sir, might assume so.
Yes.
Sir, you have told the terms of misunderstanding. The word misunderstanding you have explained, sir. Sir, how can we connect with the barrier of communication? As you have told, barrier of communication.
How to get rid of misunderstanding?
Yes. No, sir.
Then,
You have explained, sir, barrier of communication.
hmm,
You have explained,
hmm,
and you have told the terms are misunderstanding.
hmm.
So, how can we connect barrier from this misunderstanding?
No, you are not able to clearly explain what you want to know. What you are wanting to know is how to avoid misunderstanding. Is that right?
No, sir.
Then, what do you want to know?
Sir, you
How to remove barrier from misunderstanding? What does that mean?
no,
How
sir.
to remove misunderstanding? What is it? आप हिंदी में बता दीजिए.
जैसे आपने सर बताया मिसअंडरस्टैंडिंग के बारे में बताया सर,
जी.
तो उसको बैरियर ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन में कैसे रिलेट कर सकते हैं सर? हाउ वी आर
भैया
रिलेटिंग सर?
मिसअंडरस्टैंडिंग सबसे बड़ा बैरियर है. बैरियर रुकावट को कहते हैं. मिसअंडरस्टैंडिंग इज समथिंग वेयर आई डोंट अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट यू आर सेइंग. तो मिसअंडरस्टैंडिंग ही तो बैरियर है. मेरा नॉट अंडरस्टैंडिंग व्हाट यू आर सेइंग या आपका नॉट अंडरस्टैंडिंग व्हाट आई एम सेइंग. अभी बैरियर ही तो था जब आप मिसअंडरस्टैंडिंग बताने की कोशिश कर रहे थे और मैं समझ नहीं रहा था. दैट वाज द ग्रेट बैरियर. तो आप समझे मिसअंडरस्टैंडिंग कैसे बैरियर बनती है. अभी समझ में आ गया. Did you understand what I said?
Yes, sir.
That's it, boss. You not understanding what I am saying, I not understanding what you are saying. Biggest barrier. So misunderstanding is the biggest barrier. Now you should understand. उसको avoid करना है. That is why to break our misunderstanding, I tried to ask you in different ways. Then I asked you to say it in Hindi. Then when you said it in Hindi, misunderstanding clear हो गई. वो barrier खुल गया. फंदा खुल गया. Is that clear to you? अभी भी मिसअंडरस्टैंडिंग है.
अभी है सर.
हाँ, क्या है बताएं.
अभी है सर.
हाँ बोलो क्या है.
सर मिसअंडरस्टैंडिंग what does it mean सर? मिसअंडरस्टैंडिंग मींस गलतफहमी को तो मिसअंडरस्टैंडिंग
न समझना. गलतफहमी ऑफ कोर्स. गलतफहमी ही मिसअंडरस्टैंडिंग है. वो चीज आपको समझने से रोक रही है तो फिर वो मिसअंडरस्टैंडिंग बैरियर है या नहीं. आप बैरियर का मतलब नहीं समझ रहे. मुझे लगता है मिसअंडरस्टैंडिंग का मतलब भी नहीं समझ रहे हो सकता है, पर आप बैरियर का मतलब भी नहीं समझ रहे.
बैरियर का मतलब समझ रहा सर.
तो मिसअंडरस्टैंडिंग का मतलब नहीं समझ रहे. समझदारी में रुकावट इज मिसअंडरस्टैंडिंग एंड बैरियर इज रुकावट. समझदारी में ब्लॉकेज इज मिसअंडरस्टैंडिंग, नॉट अंडरस्टैंडिंग. वो और भी अलग है. मिसअंडरस्टैंडिंग इज गलत समझना. गलत समझी. गलत फहमी इज गलत समझी. तो समझना है, उसके बीच कोई गलत समझी है तो वो बैरियर ही है. और क्या है. या आप कह रहे मिसअंडरस्टैंडिंग समझना है. क्या कह रहे हैं आप.
समझ गया सर. समझ गया सर.
थैंक यू. सो आई वॉन्ट यू टू अंडरस्टैंड. आप कभी भी मुझसे तब तक बहस कीजिए जब तक आप ना समझें. व्हाट इज योर नेम.
सर शिवम सर.
शिवम हमेशा और 10 सवाल पूछना, बहस करते जाना टिल यू अंडरस्टैंड. ठीक है. इट्स अ वेरी गुड थिंग. गुड. वेल डन.
थैंक यू सर.
यस. हु इज नेक्स्ट. समझ के समझ को समझो. समझना भी एक समझ है.